Stuff here. Spartacus is here. Spartacus is almost always the first person in the chat. What's up, buddy? Yes, we are doing the multiple stream thing again, and yes, we are early. I had it pegged for 8 o'clock. It's currently 7:41 Eastern Standard Time, and I just figured it's a work night, so I was ready to go. I figured, might as well get on and stream. If I get started early, then maybe I'll finish up a little bit earlier, which might not be a bad thing. You can tell it's a work night because drinking water, non-alcoholic beverage. Like I mentioned, we are streaming to multiple sources like we did, or multiple destinations like we did last time. This is going out to, it's going out in both vertical and horizontal format on my main Duff channel. It's going out in horizontal format only to EUC Army. And it's also going over on Twitch at Duff67. So going out to, there's 4 consecutive streams going out right now. Sounds great, right? Spartacus, like I said, Spartacus is here. Spartacus is early. I always count on Spartacus to be, I don't know how many streams you've missed, Spartacus, but not many. Like I said, it is a school night. Like I started my morning nice and early, had my 6 o'clock alarm. So I set a reminder to go out and see the blood moon, right? The red blood moon. I don't know in Florida if it was, or at least where I am in Florida, if the moon was real low on the horizon. I couldn't see it. I could not see it. There was some light cloud cover, but not much. I went out at 10 after 6 and then right around 6:30 as well. Could not see it. So kind of a bummer. Like I actually walked through my yard. I'm just wearing my boxer shorts. Walked through my yard, walk up onto the front sidewalk, looking the entire sky that I could see, and no red moon. So that's okay. I've seen lots of pictures of people that did see it and took pictures, including Larry Zarkov. ABYMZ, go please. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. That's the thing, when you have the vertical stream format, the stream is going to get in front of some eyeballs that you might not normally see because it goes into the shorts feed, I believe. So that's okay. It can't hurt if someone gets out of hand. We just get rid of them. Spartacus facts. Yes, facts. Yeah, I noticed I'm not doing something with my girlfriend tonight. That's the main reason I'm streaming, because most days or nights I am. But I looked at my live streams, and the last one I did was January 14th. So over a month and a half ago. That's longer than I realized. So I thought it'd be good to catch up. Since that last live stream, we had all the controversy with alien rides and Shane Chen filing with the International Trade Commission, trying to pull a fast one on the entire EUC industry in the United States. As far as I know, the current status of that is it's still kind of in a holding pattern, and the ITC delayed the hearing that they were going to have to collect more information, and I'm hoping that that's indicative of the case potentially getting thrown out, because it seems like a lot of the things that Alien Rides and Shane Chen have claimed are not true, being reinforced by the dozens and dozens of comments that were submitted by a bunch of people. Thank you for taking the time to do that, because it was kind of a pain, because you had to log in to the ITC site, which was not exactly a simple thing to do. But yeah, thank you for your comments. I did comment as well, and I think it had an impact. But I guess we won't know until the final ruling is made, but hopefully it's positive, because that's the last thing that we need, really. And really, it's the last thing that Alien Rides needed. Kevin from Alien Rides, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, man. But he wrecked his business. I think he thought that this was like I don't know. maybe a last ditch effort to save his business, but making that decision just wrecked any sort of goodwill that he's built up over the last, how long have they been in business? 7 years? I don't know, 7 years, 8 years, I don't know. And it's funny, I've mentioned in previous live streams how one of the things I've been doing when I'm caught up on the podcast that I normally listen to is I've been going back and listening to old live streams. I'm up to live stream number 69. Yeah, number 69. And ironically, in that live stream, I had just received the Bagode T4 that I bought from Alien Rides. And I had a lot of positive things to say about Alien Rides. And over the years, I've had pretty much exclusively positive things to say about Alien Rides. That's why it was so disappointing to have them kind of turn on the community like they did. I think their thought process or their what they thought the outcome would be as a result, obviously, is different than what has occurred. People really are unhappy, to put it mildly, to put it nicely. Spartacus, RIP Alien Rides, yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, how did they come back from that? I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. Let's see what else has happened since then, since January 14th. Well, I talked at length in one of my recent videos about the whole Elsa health drama. The end of January was like, I don't know, 26th of January, I think, is when I took her into bed for the first time. Over that weekend, the prior weekend, she had eaten a sock and was throwing up like crazy, not being able to keep food down. That entire weekend, and I was concerned that she had like an obstruction in her GI system. She's developed this weird issue where she eats foreign objects. We've had to kind of like Elsa-proof the house, and like when I have to leave the house, she's isolated into where she can go because she was just trying to eat anything and everything. I don't know why. This is recent behavior. I would say in the last year to 2 years, it's really gotten bad, and I don't know if it's something to do with her age. She's just turned 11. But anyway, took her to bed for that because I was worried about a GI obstruction. And when they did the test, I'll try to be quick about this because it is kind of long, but when they did the x-ray, it showed that there was not an obstruction, and she did pass the food. But also, while they were there, I guess as a preventative thing, not preventative, just as a diagnostic, they ran a blood test, and in the blood test, it showed 2 of her kidney-related numbers were extremely high, dangerously high, and that set off 4-alarm fire. She spent the entire day at the vet, and then the entire night at the emergency vet receiving IV fluids. The reason for that is they try to pump IV fluids to dilute the blood to get those numbers down, which it did. It did get them down, but still in that worrisome. They were still in a worrisome level, but not nearly as high as they were. I had her at the vet every day for about a week with just testing and treatment and special food, which she's hated. Like there's a special kind of food that you give a dog that has kidney-related issues, and I've tried several, and she just thumbed up her nose at all of them. She was not eating well. She would only eat like chicken, that we would cook for her, basically a little bit of rice, but mostly chicken. Which chicken is a good solid food, but it's not a well-balanced diet. Just eating chicken. So it was annoying. That's the wrong word. It was touch and go for a couple weeks, where she was better but not good. And again, the vet was pushing to get her on this renal-friendly diet, and also they were talking about putting her on blood pressure meds because her blood pressure readings have been high as well. But we've always written it off to her just being nervous as hell when she goes to the vet. Usually when I take her to the vet, she's literally shaking and trembling in fear, which of course will elevate your blood pressure. They were concerned that high blood pressure could be contributing to kidney dysfunction or kidney failure. Fast forward to where we are now. It's now over a month out of that period, and it's kind of weird. I've had some communication with the vet, but I'm not going crazy like having her check on things, even though I do need to get also checked out again just to have her blood work done, I guess. But what I wound up doing is I've been giving her food from Fresh Pet. If you've ever gone to grocery stores or Costco, it's in a refrigerator, basically. It's refrigerated dog food, it's fresh dog food, very healthy ingredients. Not a renal specific diet because it probably has too much protein and phosphorus to be considered a renal friendly diet. But she loves this stuff. She eats it because this was crazy. Like we had to just play these games with her to get her to eat before. We had to hand feed her and just try to trick her into eating this stuff. I put it in her bowl. She eats it in 5 minutes. It's gone. I don't have to prompt her. She just eats it. And because she's been eating so well, she just has been better all around. Her mood and energy seem good, except for her wearing diapers, because as part of this, we took her off of a medicine that she was on for like a year and a half for incontinence. So since taking her off of that, she has issues with leaking when she's sleeping. She doesn't even realize it. So she is walking around with diapers most of the time inside the house. Luckily for me, she hasn't been really fighting me about it. She doesn't really seem that upset about wearing diapers. Took me a little getting used to. I've never had kids, so I never really had to change diapers. So now, as a 58-year-old man, I'm changing diapers on my dog. So, but it's okay. They're only pee diapers, you know. She still goes outside normally and does her number 2. So yeah, she's wearing diapers. But other than that, if she wasn't wearing diapers and you saw her and interacted with her, you would think she's the same as she has been for the last 2 or 3 years. She's acting normal otherwise. So I've kind of taken a let sleeping dogs lie kind of attitude about it, and as long as she is acting like she's happy and healthy and not demonstrating other issues, I'm kind of good with it. So kind of good with it. The week of solid vet care, man, oh man, it's expensive. Spent over $5,000 with vet and other expenses related to her illness. And unfortunately, my insurance company hasn't paid me a dime. But I talked about that in the one video. It's bad timing on my part switching insurance companies like a month and a half prior to this all starting, and because of that, they're claiming a lot of the treatment that I'm doing is for a existing condition, because the vet didn't note that some of her kidney values were elevated, not to a dangerous level, but they were elevated. So just the fact that they mentioned that in some of their prior notes was enough to flag that as a pre-existing condition of the vet. So let's see who's here. Mr. Rexy, channel member, Mr. Rexy. Idaho roaming gnome. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Maybe I did. Actually, your picture looks familiar. Try the Fresh Pet chicken nuggets in the refrigerated bag at Costco. Well, that's what it is. It's basically, it's not kibble, but it's these are 6-pound bags at Costco, and they love them. And it's very well balanced, has all kinds of good stuff in it, and that's what I've been giving her. And I think the mix that she's on has cranberries as well, and all kinds of stuff. And she absolutely loves it. It's expensive, of course. I think 6-pound bag is $25 or $26. But yeah, it's worth it if it's making her feel better, which it appears to be. So yeah, Fresh Pet. I tried one of the things that the vet suggested was a renal-friendly diet from justfoodfordogs.com. It required a prescription and crazy expensive. Comes frozen. kind of looks like poop. It's not attractive looking. Tried feeding Elsa that multiple times. Tried mixing it with other stuff. She hated it. Like if you would try to like stick it near her mouth, she would just turn her head and even walk away if you tried to feed her that stuff. So I would rather get good quality food, even if it's not renal. It's not renal specific food, but just good quality food in her, and see how things go. That's my current game plan. What's up with my mic? I don't know. What's up with my mic? Does it sound bad? Tell me.
My mic should sound a lot better now. Mic should sound a lot better now. I apologize. I think I'm talking into this, but no, I was actually talking into my mic for my headset, which is sitting over here. So I missed that setting when I set up StreamYard. It should be much better now. So yeah, I apologize. God damn it. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done it in a month and a half, right? So I did want to take the time to recognize channel members. Now, those of you that channel members, some know, some don't know. I don't know if everyone knows as a channel member some of the benefits you get. One of the benefits you get is you're able to put in custom emojis that are only available to channel members into your chat messages. Like I'm going to do one right now. You can only channel members can access the custom emojis that are shown there. They can use them in live chats. They can use them in comments on videos, and also channel members in live streams. They get, I think is it once a month, you get basically a free super chat. Where it posts the message in super chat format, but it doesn't cost you anything. That's another perk as a channel member. Okay, Mr. Rexy says it sounds much better now. I apologize, guys. Yeah, because that other mic is freaking 3 feet away from me. So yeah, I'm sure it did sound like shit. Anyways, what I was going to say was I did want to take a second to recognize my channel members, my current channel members, which I have 28 of them currently. Let's do that, and let's share this. Let's make me small. Thank you for letting me know about the sound, Rexy. All right, current channel members: Epicure, Wens Joe, Animated Limb. And this is in order of newest member to oldest member. Spitfire, Mr. Rexy, who just helped me out. Thank you, Mr. Rexy. And you've been a member for 4 months. Timothy Plumley, Brian McCann, Scamster over in Australia. Now, if you watch the last writing video I did mention in there that 2 members, I am sending out shirts if you want one of my EUC Army shirts. I did get those new EUC Army shirts. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, if you look at the last video, I'm wearing it when I'm riding. If you're a member, I am happy to send out a shirt. Scamsters in Australia. What I've been doing is, if you're in the United States, I will send it to you for free, just using the U.S. Post Office. If you're out of the country and you're a channel member, I will still send you a shirt, but then you need to basically help me absorb some of the shipping costs. I will pay what I would have paid to ship to the United States, but then you would be responsible for paying what the balance is. Like to ship to Australia, I think it costs Scamster like $15, something like that. So not terrible. Not terrible. I don't think he got the shirt yet, but yeah, it's on its way. Anyways, Blue Collar Jose, channel member for 13 months. Philip Arnold. Actually, Philip just got a shirt. I sent Philip a shirt when? Yesterday? The day before? Philip Arnold, he's in Michigan, I think. Planet Iceland, DJ White Flower, Babbitt the Wabbit, Electric Unipsycho, Dale, over in Australia. A Viking, Brian Gonzalez, out in the San Francisco area. Michelle Bardaly, member for 44 months. Me, you see my EUC on air promo, also known as Larry Zarkoff. Medium Dog, Doug Yetman, Ratman Murray in Australia. Simon Isms, formerly known as E. Simon, he is in Australia as well. Rocky Top, Pitt was here, who changed his YouTube name because I don't remember I don't know who he used to be, but he's been a member for a long time. But he definitely changed his YouTube handle because it was not Pitt was here before. Senator Perry, Marty, as in Marty Eakin, not Marty Backey, a member for 59 months, 1 month away from 5 years. That's crazy, right? It's awesome. And Stuart Ross. He is the last channel member. So thank you, members. I appreciate you. I know I haven't been putting out tons and tons of content lately. Usually when I'm putting out normal videos, I will be releasing them to channel members first. That's another perk you get as a channel member. But I know that I have not been putting out as many videos as normal. Elsa's a big part of that. And just life in general, been busy doing other things. So, but life goes on, right? And I do have a video that I'm working on right now in regards to switching the tire on my V12S, and I will be talking about that a little bit more about my experience so far doing that. Idaho Roaming Gnome, it's weird. Depending on your streaming setup, sometimes you see my YouTube username, other times you see Sterling. Oh, that's you, Sterling. Okay. Huh. Well, right now you're coming in through the vertical stream. So maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's the difference. Spartacus telling people how to like the stream, especially when you're looking at on your phone, because it's not necessarily obvious. And promoting subscriptions. Yeah, I've been kind of in a holding pattern with my subscribers right now. Just over 17,000 subscribers. Good number. Could be better, but that's a good number. Mr. Rexy, am I the only one watching widescreen? Can't see other chats. Well, that is let's see. Spartacus is on the phone. I can tell you who's on the phone. The chats are on the screen, Mr. Rexy, as well. The chats from all sources. The chats from EUC Army, from the vertical and horizontal stream on Duff and Twitch even. Now, it is unusual. We don't have that many people in here because this stream was set up with very, very minimal notice. Hopefully word will get out there and we'll get some more people in here. But normally the widescreen is the screen with the most viewers in it normally. So we'll see if it changes. If you're interested in watching this in widescreen format, let me do this. What do I need to do? I probably need to, okay, hold on. I need to do this. I'm going to stick the link for widescreen format in the chat for the vertical, just in case, because sometimes people are confused about how to do that. Widescreen stream. Okay, and let me pin this instead. I'll pin this. Okay, I pinned it. Okay, so if you would prefer to be in the widescreen is, I mean, you get to see the entire room. If I share content, it's easier to see in the widescreen as well. So pick your poison. Mr. Rexy, keep forgetting to email you for a shirt. Happy to pay shipping. Just email me, Duff@EUCArmy, and say, this is Mr. Rexy. Here's my real name. Here's my address, and we'll work it out. Not a big deal. Oh, and the size of the shirt, obviously. I have small, medium, large, and extra large. I probably have the least amount of larges. The other ones, I have a lot of those sizes. Larry's here. Channel member Larry Zarkoff. I mentioned you briefly, Larry, prior to you getting here. Brady's here. Wheelie Brady's here. Wheelie Brady is here on his phone. What's up, buddy? What's up? Trying to think as far as wheel news that has happened since my last live stream. There hasn't been any new announcements, right? Other than Bagode selling the C Max or not the C Max, the X Max, right? X Max. Can't keep track of it. What are they selling it for? $2,400 or $2,600? I think you're crazy. Well, I shouldn't say it. Maybe it's better now with Leem involved, but I kind of think you're crazy from buying from Bagode. Oh wow, look at the boat. This is the Bagode.com. So that they're using TNA on Bagode.com to get you interested. Okay. I have not seen this. Okay. Yep. Great. Look at that. Falcon Pro. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What? Hey, look, the X Max from $299 saved 92%. Do you think that's accurate? Let's see. Oh, no, I guess not. It's actually 3480. Okay. This is hard to believe, but it looks like Bagode might be a little lax with keeping their website correct and up to date. 3480 for an X Max. Yep. What else we got on here? Falcon Pro for $2,000. I've just time and time again in the various groups, I just hear people saying, "Hey, I ordered from Bagode.com months ago. I don't know when I'm going to get my wheel." Zen Lee Southard just posted a video today about him getting his money back for his race, Bagode race, I guess, that died, and he was fighting with Bagode to get that refunded. But I've heard that story again and again, and I was actually incorrect when I told my understanding of what the arrangement was with Bagode and dealers in the United States. I was under the impression that Lean was brought on just to be like after sales, management, marketing, to handle, making sure orders get to where they're supposed to go, and that Seth Johnson's company, which I'm blanking on the name of it, Seth's company was going to be, or his dealership was going to be the one servicing Bagode wheels in the United States, trying to kind of emulate the InMotion model. I since found out that Seth evidently, and if someone wants to correct me or add to this, I've heard that Seth walked away from that deal with Bagode because Bagode was not paying him as promised, which is the whole thing that's been circulating around the internet. Is Bagode has not been paying various members of their staff, suppliers, erratically for months. And it seems like the same thing applied to Seth. So my understanding is Leem is supposed to be that guy as well. If you need your Bagode fix, it gets sent to Leem. I don't know if he's repairing them or if he has someone else that's going to be repairing them, but I think Leem and EUC Underground, if that still exists, is going to be the ones that are going to be handling US-based repairs or warranty work for Bagode. That's what I heard. To me, it sounds like a freaking mess. And I would never, ever buy a wheel from Bagode.com. And not to mention, I don't know that I'll ever buy another Bagode wheel, but I mean, they're crazy. Look on here, Blitz Pro from $100. What are they doing? How does anyone at Bagode check anything? No, it's not $100. It's $33.99. Wow. Yeah. Crazy. Bagode's kind of crazy. I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, they always have been, but they're crazy. Larry Zarkov did get a Bagode C8 since the last stream. I haven't really asked him his impressions of it. I know he bought it primarily because he was a big fan of the Nikola and he liked the Nikola vibes to it. And he got a good deal on it. So I'm not sure how much he likes it. I thought the wheel was pretty cool when it was first announced, but I think it was a poor seller. I don't think they sold a lot of C8s. Oh, so from here on Begode.com, you can get a C8 from $980. Really? Is that accurate? Oh, that's actually accurate. Wow. Do you remember when this was first announced? I think it was announced for $2,400 or something like that, wasn't it? Wow. Okay, yeah, it definitely did not sell well. That's crazy. Crazy. Mr. Rexy, where's your beer? I'm not drinking beer tonight, at least not right now. I don't know. Maybe you can do Cayman Jack after the water. It's Tuesday night. My eyes are already a little buggy, so maybe one Cayman Jack. We'll see. I don't know. I just can't stop looking at these Begode wheels. It's funny. Like I used to look at their stuff and be like, oh yeah, this interests me, that interests me. None of this interests me. It really doesn't. Brady, she's a hottie. I was riding with her. Oh, the blonde. Oh, when you're over in China, all right, let's look at her again. Nice boots, right? Didn't I see her in a bunch of the group pictures? What is she, like a Begode employee or something? Like, is she like their version of Opsum? Like they wanted to hire like their own version of Opsum or something? I'm curious because I know that Begode has had Opsum promote their stuff before and review their stuff before. So, yeah, that's they're just weird. Well, they have a motorcycle category. Since when does Begode sell motorcycles? $4,900. That looks like a that's like a light off of an EUC. That's funny. Real. I see. I didn't even know that they're ACC Motor. Okay, maybe this is another spin-off company. I really don't know how they are in business with what they do. The Extreme Wheel motorcycle. Okay. All right. Interesting. Did not know that they did that. They sold e-motos, which are getting more and more of a bad rap in the United States. CNC services? What? Golds? Okay. You can get, okay. CNC services are just pedals, evidently. Okay. $100 CNC pedals. You can get parts from there. You can get fast chargers. These kind of look like the chargers everybody else sells with just a different skin on them. Roger chargers, PID Zoom chargers, they all look very similar. And PEV chargers. Yeah, it's the same charger, just different skin. Okay. All right, that's enough Begode fun for now. I got to get off that screen though. All right. Larry says, "Oh, I didn't know this, Larry. That the C8 that you got was Liam's test wheel and was used. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it was new. It's still a good deal. 138 miles, can't beat that." Sterling says C8 seems like a great deal for new riders, though, for 1K. Yeah, it does. The question is, if you bought it from Begode.com, how long would it take to actually get it? And what would the actual cost be when you got it? Are you going to get socked tariffs on top of that? Are you going to get nailed with $500 shipping on top of that? Those are all questions that I would like to have answers to. And how long to get it? Leo's here on the vertical stream. What's up? What's up, Leo? Leo from Brazil. Nice to see you. Larry's initial feelings regarding the C8. Initial review is that it's smaller than I expected, heavier than it looks, built like a tank compared to Nikola Plus, and very nimble. Okay. So do those things add up to an overall positive feel about it, or a neutral feel about it, or a negative feel about it? Do you feel like it was money well spent? The suspension on the C8, meh. Better than nothing, but nothing to write home about. Okay. Well, suspension is a pretty big thing for me nowadays. Leo, you're kind of MIA. What happened? Yeah, I noticed. I mentioned in the beginning of the stream that my last stream was January 14th. Number of things. A lot of it was related to the health issues that Elsa had, and Elsa is laying here on her bed right next to me right now. There's a lot of that, and I've just been busy. Been doing a lot of stuff with my girlfriend. Haven't been riding that much. Had some work things going on. So yeah, that's the Cliff Notes version. Larry says that on the C8, the trolley looks great, but it's too short for me. Doesn't lock. I hate trolleys that don't have a lock at the top of some sort. It's very annoying, and there's a number of wheels that are like that. It's really annoying. Looks wise, gorgeous. I love the round form factor, like a flying saucer on its side. I'm trying to think. I think Brady has or had a C8. If my memory is not mistaken, I think I remember Brady talking about having a C8 or seeing it on social media or something. Brady says we've been selling the Extreme Wheel under Extreme Wheel US. Okay, so you're selling the Begode wheels, really, or Extreme Wheels? Okay, I remember you said that you were selling E-motos. Oh wait, how did I bring that back? I didn't mean to bring that back. I remember you mentioning that, but I did not remember that connection. I guess over a year. Hmm. It's like I've never seen like stuff on social media about people riding those flavor of e-motos. That's interesting. I assume that they're selling pretty well for you if you're still doing it a year in. Larry says again regarding the C8 overall, lots of fun, but prefer my Patent and Arrow. Lynx is a different animal. The Z10 is just a classic, but still fun. Okay, fair enough. Money well spent for the price point in perfect condition, even though it was lightly used. All right, good. Well, it sounds like an overall positive feedback for the C8. That's good. Sterling says, friend ordered an XY September 16th and got it around December 10th. No tariffs. A couple other people in the Facebook groups ordered M105 last week, and they shipped a couple days later. Really? Okay. Well, that's better than most stories I've heard, because most of the stories that I've heard, and of course, it's human nature that you're going to see more often if someone has a negative experience versus a positive experience. So, yeah, I've just heard pretty much nonstop horror stories. That's really the first somewhat positive feedback I've heard on anything order on begode.com, Sterling. So it's good to know that they exist. Elsa better now. Again, I went through this pretty much in depth, but basically she stabilized. That the vet wanted me to keep her on renal food, like dog specific renal specific food, and she would not eat it. Like she would rather go hungry than eat that stuff. So I have been feeding her for about 2 weeks, Fresh Pet, which is something that you get in the refrigerated section of stores like Costco, Publix grocery stores down here have it. Really good ingredients, expensive, but she loves it. She's eating the best that she's probably eaten in a couple of years. Just consistent. Don't have to do anything to get her to eat. And yeah, she's been doing good. The only other thing is she is on diapers. She is wearing diapers, which I have to change multiple times throughout the day, because as a side effect of having these kidney issues, we took her off the medicine that she was on for incontinence, because it could negatively impact her kidneys. So I've been dealing with just putting diapers on her, which I've been doing it now for several weeks, so it's not really a big deal. And luckily, she tolerates it pretty well as much, or pretty well as well. In addition to that, I have an army of waterproof blankets and stuff that I deploy around the house to minimize problems if she does have an accident on something. Like every night I put a blanket and an underlying waterproof blanket on top of my bed. Every morning I just throw it in the wash. It's really easy. So we have routines worked out. It's going okay. But the thing is with kidney issues, and I said this in my recent video, you don't fix them, you just manage them really. You try to manage the symptoms as well as possible. You can't reverse it. You just try to manage it as well as possible. But like I said, she's been doing well. If she didn't have a diaper on right now, you would think that she's 100% fine. Brady's okay. So I was correct. Brady does have a C8, and he said he agrees it's a fun wheel. Leo's dog went through this also, but we had to get a syringe to feed the special food. He pulled through it, lived another 3 to 4 years until he was 18 and a half years. Wow, he must have been a small dog to live that long, because big dogs don't ever live that long. Nelson's not huge. I mean, she's like 39 pounds, so she's not huge. But yeah, 18 and a half years, that's great. Yeah, I mean, a dog can live with kidney issues for years. So you had to use a syringe to try to get it down your dog's throat? That sounds bad. I mean, if I did that to Elsa, she would just spit it out. She would throw it up. She is a very fussy eater, and like I said, the fact that she likes this fresh pet has been a godsend. And my girlfriend was spending hours every weekend cooking chicken, cooking rice, cooking peas and carrots, all kinds of stuff they were trying to get her to eat. And I just got a message from Larry, and she was just very inconsistent about it. She would not eat it consistently. Larry just sent me a photo of his C8. Let's see how good my skills are. How quickly can I do this? Let's see. I would need to do that, and then I would need to do this. Anyone else have an issue with Facebook earlier? When I got home, I fired up my computer and tried to get onto Facebook. And for a period of like 15, 20 minutes, it just said my account could not be logged into. There's some sort of site problem. And I was nervous that it was some sort of hack. But it appears it was just a site problem, because about 15 minutes later, I was able to get back in. It was weird. But I'm very, very conscious and aware of potential hacks going on. People get their Facebook accounts hijacked all the time. All right, so here is Larry's C8. So did it come with the leather power pad deal, Larry? Because I don't think those are the stock pads that came with the C8. Yeah, it's cool looking. It's definitely a cool looking wheel. And even though it's an 84-volt wheel, it has decent performance numbers, much like the V12S, which I need to talk about what I'm in the middle of with that wheel right now. Leo says, in regards to feeding his dog that had kidney issues with a syringe, a lot of commitment from my wife, even occasionally getting bitten. Yeah, I think with me, like I want her quality of life to be good, and trying to force feed her food that she hates, just I don't know, it just it opposes that goal. So like I said, we'll see how her numbers are at the next blood test. We'll see. But I can just tell you that her overall energy and attitude is normal now. Finally, I mean, like, she gets excited when I come home. She's running and jumping around. She hadn't been doing that for quite a while. She'd gone prior to me taking her to the vet for that eating the sock. She went through at least 7 or 8 episodes of eating stuff that she shouldn't. She would eat something that she shouldn't, and then she would either throw it up and then not want to eat solidly for a day or two, or she would shit it out. She's eaten like rope that was on a purse, and crap that out. Uh, Ingested toys, like chewed things off of her toys and ingested that. Toilet paper, paper towels, cardboard. Um, yeah, I don't know what her obsession is with it. What is it, Elsa? Why do you do that? Oh, she's eating. My girlfriend's dog uses these little pee pads. It's a toy poodle. Elsa actually ate part of a pee pad before. It's crazy. Larry says those pads are the old mono customized pads that I use in the Sherman. Tarzan sold them. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I do remember them. They were all the shit back then, and they were kind of expensive. Sterling says I've had that issue on and off with Facebook over the years. Always worried I got zucked for something stupid I posted 15 years ago that their algorithm randomly found and removed. Well, it's a possibility, I guess. Larry says they are called Russian pad. Yeah, I remember that because you literally had to buy them from Russia, and then the guys in New York City. I think VT also is involved in this with making the pads as well. I remember the story. I remember Mickey told me about it. All leather, very plush, but not useful for acceleration braking. But they work great on the C8. Yeah, well, looks like they fit the C8 well. I don't know how much riding you do at night, Larry, but I'm sure you would get lots of attention at night riding that wheel. Okay, so like I said, I'm in the middle of a project with the V12S. I have liked my V12S from the get go. I love the tech that's in it. I'm not crazy about the color scheme, that weird bronzy color that they have on the body, but when you put pads on it, it's not nearly as noticeable. That's a little bit of a negative. But the biggest negative I've had, it has nice suspension. Suspension feels good. But the biggest negative that I've noticed with that wheel is once I cross somewhere around 25 miles an hour, it starts to get a little wobbly on me to the point where I don't want to go faster than 25 miles an hour. Now I can control that by if I just do gentle carving back and forth constantly. That will settle things down, and I could go faster, but I don't like that I have to do that in order for the wheel to not wobble at those speeds. I've heard other people report similar things. Although one guy said that he gets that when he gets up into the 30s. So I guess it happens to me a little bit earlier. But anyways, that's been a negative to me. Like my Patton, which is a 16-inch wheel like the V12S, when I ride that versus the V12S, the Patton, I don't have any of that. Nothing at all. It feels rock solid. I don't get wobbles. I've taken that wheel up into the 40s even. And it has not given me the puckering sensation that you get when a wheel starts to wobble when you're going at speed. So I had this brilliant idea. I'm like, well, maybe what I should do is change the tire. I'll change the tire in the V12S, and furthermore, I thought, well, okay, well, I'll put a Michelin Pilot Street 2 on it. I've put Michelin Pilot Street 2s on a number of my wheels over the years. The King Song S22, I put it on there. I put it on the Master. Did I put it on the EX20S? That actually might have been the Sherman Road tire that I put on the EX20S, but it did kind of look like the Michelin Pilot Street 2. But the Michelin Pilot Street 2 is seen pretty much universally as the best road hard surface tire that you can get. Lots of people love that tire, including me. So yeah, my thought was, okay, well, I'll get one of those for the V12S. And I haven't found any V12S tire swap videos on the internet. I don't know of anyone else that has put it out there that they changed the tire in the V12S. I'm like, okay, well, this will make for some different kind of content since someone else has done it. So I ordered the tire, found it on Amazon, put off the job for a little while because I kind of like, this is going to be a pain in the ass. I know it's going to be a pain in the ass. InMotion has a V12S teardown video. It's not specific to just changing the tire. It removes all kinds of things. And my impressions when I watched it was having you remove things that you didn't necessarily have to remove to do the tire. That was my assumption. And it turns out my assumption was kind of wrong. You almost do have to do everything that they showed there to make it easy. So when I have been tearing it apart, and I do have it totally apart now to the point where I have the old tire off. What I did was certain things you could just disconnect part of it. Like I didn't take the battery shells off both sides, just the one side. I didn't take the housing that has the light on it all the way off. I just removed the screws. Same thing with the charging port in the back and the tail light. So I had those things kind of hanging on. Same thing with the shock. The shock is loose enough that I could get the tire on and off, but I didn't totally remove it. So I got there. Like I said, it's not easy. It's a pain in the ass. It's unfortunate because I know the V13 was very easy to change do work on the tire because I did it. I pulled the motor in the V13. Supposedly the V14 is also extremely easy to pull the motor in the tire to work on the tire. I've seen the V9. The V9 isn't as easy as those wheels, but it's not that bad. V12S is bad. You have to pull out more shit than you have to. I probably spent close to 2 hours just getting it to the point to pull the tire. So, and again, a part of that is me not being familiar with the process, but still, it took a while. So last night, I get the tire off, which I actually have sitting right here. I have it sitting right here. Get it off. And I have the Michelin, the 16-inch Michelin Pilot Street 2 tire that I bought from Amazon. And I pick them up and I lay them down actually on the, let's see, I got a photo of that, I think. Wait a second. I laid them down on the floor next to each other. I mean, as soon as I held them up side by side, I'm like, this isn't right. And I should have spotted it earlier, to be honest with you. Well, here, I can just show this. And do this. Just watch here. The tire on the right is the one I just showed you, the one that was on the V12S. And then the tire on the left is the Michelin Pilot Street 2 that I ordered. And you'll see the problem. See a problem? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it sure is a problem. It's a problem of being a dumbass, a dumbass. Basically, when I ordered this on Amazon, I think I did it right before bed, and I saw 16-inch 8090 Pilot Street 2. Buy it now. Of course, that meant that it was a 16-inch rim size, not a 16-inch outer diameter. You need a 12-inch inner diameter tire for a 16-inch tire. So the tire didn't fit. So I first went on a wild goose chase all over the internet looking for a Michelin Pilot Street 2 that was an 8090-12. And I found somewhere like AI said like there's a City Grip 2 model that is that size, a Michelin tire. There isn't. That's incorrect. It doesn't exist. I spent 15 minutes looking everywhere for a Michelin tire that's 8090-12 and could not find it. I saw a 9090-12, I believe, in some model of a Michelin tire, but that potentially could be too wide for the V12S, and I definitely did not want to risk getting a second tire that didn't fit correctly. So after scratching my head, I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do? I'm not going to put on the same tire I just spent 2 hours taking off. So I thought to myself, well, the Patin has the, what is it? Hold on. The Patin has my patent. Came with a hybrid tire, the H626, Chow Yang H626. It's a hybrid tire. I like that tire, and I just described how I feel very stable on my patent with that tire. And that tire will fit the V12S. So I'm like, okay, light bulb. I'm just going to buy that tire for the V12S. So that's what I did. I went on eWheels site late last night, and ordered that. I got a FedEx tracking number today, and it should hopefully arrive on Saturday. So I'm in a holding pattern with a ripped apart V12S sitting on my, actually, it's my girlfriend's folding table in my living room right now. And yeah, we're going to put the Chow Yang H626 on there and hope for a similar experience as I have enjoyed on the patent. That is where we're at with that. I am shooting a video of this whole thing on my Sony camera, and should be interesting when it's all put together. And I mean, it's funny. It's funny that, I mean, this if you see me do a lot of projects over the years, this is a common theme. That something boneheaded, something where I don't pay attention to a detail that I should have happens that F's up the project and causes me to go off onto all sorts of tangents to fix it. And this is just the latest example of that. So I'm just happy to see that at 58 years old, I can still make mistakes like I was 48. It's no problem. Haven't lost a step. Have not lost a step. Blue Collar Jose. Hey, Duff, where did I order that tire from? Oh, the Pilot Street 2? Yeah, if you need one. It's a 16-inch rim size 80/90 Pilot Street 2. I'm not sure what wheels would that fit. That would probably fit a 20-inch wheel. Actually, that would probably fit like my let's see, do I have a 20-inch wheel? Shit, I don't think I have a 20-inch wheel right now. But that would fit like a Sherman. That would fit like a Master, the tire that I have, I believe. It's I'll tell you exactly. And I don't know if I could return it. Maybe, I don't know. I was just gonna put it on the pile of tires that I have in my garage of tires that are not used, because I have a number of them. This is a Michelin Pilot Street 2 rear scooter tire, an 80/90/16. That's what it is. And somehow when I glanced at this, when I ordered it, 80/90/16 to me said, okay, it's an 80/90/16-inch outer diameter. Like a dumbass. Like a dumbass. It was $62.84 if you're looking for it. I've always bought my Michelin Pilot Street 2s off Amazon. Any of them that I've ever bought, I've bought off Amazon. Spartacus, again, promoting how to like the stream on the phone. If you are wondering, right there's how you do it. Blue Collar Jose pre-ordered the Blitz. Pre-ordered? What do you mean pre-ordered? Isn't it out? Why would you have to pre-order the Blitz? I still have Bagode.com up. Is the Blitz like, which Blitz? Oh shit. Huh. Bagode.com doesn't even have the Blitz on there. Or did you buy the yeah, there's no Blitz on Bagode.com right now. I assume that's where you got it from? Bagode.com, Jose? Mr. Rexy says, I'm making mistakes at R8 right now. R8, okay. What's R8? Is that supposed to be 68? I don't know how old you are, Mr. Rexy. Oh, 48. Okay, sorry. 48. Yeah, well, I don't want to say that I've only started making mistakes at 48. I would say that I started making mistakes probably, as an adult. Well, are you an adult at 18? I can think of some really big mistakes I made at 18. So, yeah. But they say that mistakes are the most valuable teachers of lessons, right? You learn from your mistakes, and it is true. It's just a matter of how painful some of those mistakes are, because I do have a lot of them. Here's an example. It's funny. Sometimes my girlfriend keeps me in line. I went to Home Depot. I 3D printed these end supports for shelves, to make display stands, to put some 3D prints on. And I needed wood that was 3/4 inch thick and 6 to 7 inches wide. So I went to Home Depot and looked at their wood, and this wasn't in shelving. This was just in just regular wood, like right where like lumber and all that shit is. And I walked over, and they had these 8-foot sections of wood, and I'm looking at it, and it says like $6.70. I'm like, oh wow, that's cheap. I'm gonna get two of them. I got two 8-footers, so I can make a lot of shelves. That's a good deal, because each shelf is going to be about, each bracket supports two shelves, and I was gonna make the shelves 2 foot long, so that gave me the ability to do two sets of shelves. I'm like, oh, cool! What a nice deal. Walk up to the checkout, and she scans the two board. No, yeah, she scans the boards, and she asked me how long they are. I said, oh, yeah, they're 8 feet, right? 8-foot board. Thinking in my head, $7 each or whatever. And she says, okay, your total is. I bought one other thing. Your total is $126. I'm like, what? It said that the price on these boards were, it's like 670 something. What do you mean it's 120 some dollars? Oh, that's the price per foot. I'm like, oh, kidding me. So I'm like, oh, well, I like this wood. It was like a red oak wood or something. I'm like, oh, this is nice wood. I'm just gonna pay it. I'm just gonna pay it. It's a mistake, right? I'm just gonna pay it. Swipe my credit card, go home with the wood. So my girlfriend comes over, and I tell her, I said, oh yeah, I got wood for the shelves. And I said, I don't want to tell you how much I paid for it. And she's like, why? And I shouldn't have said anything. I said, oh, I just told her the whole story I just told you. I thought it was going to be like $7 a board, and it was more like $60 a board. And she says, there is no way you're spending that much on wood. I said, well, I don't think you can return wood. I don't think it's returnable. And she she kept encouraging me to return it. She said, well, we have to go try to return the wood. So we did. We went back there, and I said, oh, the wood. I'm just returning this wood. They didn't ask me why. I didn't tell them I was a dumbass and thought it was $7 and paid 126. And they took it. You can return wood at Home Depot, evidently. And then I walked back to that same section and found just plain old pine boards, which again were, they were, no, those weren't by the foot. Yeah, those weren't by the foot. They were just unfinished pine wood. And I think I paid for two boards. I paid $30 for two of those boards. So yeah, just another example of a mistake. I mean, every week there's probably something ridiculous I could come up with that I did, but that was a good example. And me ordering the wrong tire for the V12S is another good example. Jose says Bago did a group buy the Blitz Pro 160. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, so you guys still have not gotten them yet? That was a while ago, man. Wasn't that was before Christmas, wasn't it? Or did you get it? Dan's here, known as Kobar Horse One. Well, you've changed your YouTube name, Dan. Good to see you too, buddy. Haven't been doing much riding lately. Haven't been doing much live streaming either lately. But I'm still kicking, still making mistakes, like buying the wrong tire for a V12S. And of course, taking something apart is normally significantly easier than putting it back together. So I'm not looking forward to putting the V12S back together. Usually with something like this, it's best if you can do it all in one session. So you kind of have better memory of okay, this bolt went here, this bolt went there. You remember how certain things fit together. With this now putting a bunch of days in between disassembly and reassembly, it's going to make it very challenging putting it back together. I'll get there, hopefully, but it is going to be a challenge. And again, it's something that I was questioning if I even wanted to do, just because I knew it was going to be a pain in the ass. But I don't know. Maybe this will turn out to be another mistake of mine. We'll see. So, okay, so you have not gotten those Blitz Pros yet for 1,600. Well, what's going on? Like, what's the status of it? Can you reach out to Liam? Can Liam interject himself now into this and find out what's going on? So it's been 2 months. 2 months waiting for those Blitz Pros. Okay. I mean, in the big picture, there's been lots of situations where we've had to wait months for wheels. Even from e-wheels. If you're one of the people that pre-ordered a S22 or an S20 at the time from e-wheels, you waited a year to get that. So I don't know. Maybe it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be, but to me, it sounds like a pain in the ass. Personally, I really am not a fan of waiting for wheels anymore. Like if I buy any wheels in the future, I'm gonna look for them to be in stock. I don't like waiting 2, 3, 4 months for a wheel. And although I had done it quite a bit. Cool. Okay, so this is probably the same thing as Sterling was talking about, Dan. Evidently, when you come through, because you're on your phone right now, I can tell you're on your phone. It seems like it changes your YouTube handle, the way it's shown to me. I don't know why. I don't know why watching the stream vertically would manipulate your YouTube handle, but it clearly is, because the same thing happened to Sterling. Dan asks, is anyone here going to Oak City Shred Fest in April? I haven't heard of it, Dan. Is that a primarily a one-wheel event? Is Oak City up around you? I don't know where Oak City is. Spartacus says about 2 months ago, YouTube switched to add handle names. So what, is that like a setting in your YouTube account? Your handle name? I don't know. If it is, that is news to me. And I'm surprised that Dale's not here. Dale usually finds his way in here, but I guess Dale is busy. I wanted to get some more feedback on Dale from the Lynx S, or regarding the Lynx S. I know there's many people that have been, Zen Lee is very high on the Lynx S. He's running a P6 around too. I wonder if that's his. I can't believe that's his. I can't believe he would pay $5,000 for a P6, or that he could afford to pay $5,000 for a P6. But who knows? It's interesting. At least most of the people that are commenting are on the phone, the phone right now. Spartacus says, I am at Duff. Well, that works out for me. At Duff makes sense for me. Dan says the Oak City Shred Fest is in Raleigh, North Carolina. Isn't that a one-wheel event, Dan? Because I've heard of Shred Fest, and I always associated it with like one-wheel racing. It started off as primarily a one-wheel event, but other PEVs are allowed, and there are lots of EUCs. Huh. So are you going to this, Dan? But isn't it racing, basically? Or is there more to it than that? don't know. I just like PEV racing, or not PEV, well, yeah, PEV in general and EUC racing specifically, it just doesn't appeal to me. I'm sure for the people that participate, it's fun to do, but to watch, I don't find it enjoyable to watch really at all. It just doesn't hold my interest. Um, it's funny along those lines. Zen Lee, he came up with the idea. I presume it was his idea to have like this one wheel versus EUC competition, like a gauntlet sort of, with these different events. I didn't watch the whole video. Somewhere out in Vegas, I guess it was. I don't know. It's what, 6 or 7 EUC guys against 6 or 7 one wheels. They were doing like kind of like battle games where they were throwing a ball. They were at the end. There was like a race around a track laid out with cones, and again, I mean, it looked like the guys were having fun. And like when I looked at the comments for the video, it looks like the people that participated were all very positive about it. They really had fun and enjoyed it and thought the video was great. But to me, watching it, it was just like I don't know. I didn't find it interesting at all. And I think that yeah, eWheels is a sponsor for this because I think they gave away like $600. Zen did, and someone else put the money. But they gave away some money, and I think eWheels is associated with it. So I don't know. I'm curious what anyone else thought about that if they've seen it, because I don't think it got a ton of views. Um, but I thought it was not a good watch. It really wasn't. Dan says that he is going to the Oak City Shred Fest. Last year, I criticized the quality of their live stream and felt bad when they said they did their best they can with their budget. So I kind of committed to donating a bunch of money. You did? You donated money, or you're gonna give them equipment to live stream better, or what? What made their stream bad? Like just like pixelated, poor bandwidth. What was it? All right, my water's gone. I'm gonna go hit the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna go grab a single Cayman Jack. I don't expect to have more than that because I don't expect to stream that long. So I will be back shortly. Let's see. Do I want to try to entertain you? Let's see. I haven't done this in a while. Let me see if this works. For those of you that have not seen my latest video, this is we'll do some shameless self-promotion. This, do this. I'm just curious if this sounds good. Okay, I do that. And if I, okay. Let's stop that screen, do this. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to share that window, and we're going to share the audio. Okay, let's see if this works. Like I said, I'll be back in a minute. So if it doesn't work, just hang tight. Yo, what's up? Duff here, reporting in on an absolutely beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Southwest Florida. Yeah! It's right around 80 degrees, something like that. And I'm heading out for a ride on my InMotion V12S. Yeah, I don't think I've ridden I've probably ridden it all since the new year. So this is the first time I've been out on the V12S in 2026. And in general, you guys haven't seen a whole lot about me, and I'll kind of fill you in. Let's catch up. I'll tell you what's been going on. I don't know, at this point, I've just gotten back on the wheel after a long hiatus, but at this point, I think I can say pretty definitively that I'm not a big fan of the stock tire in the V12S. That being said, I'm not sure that I've seen anyone swap it out for anything else, but I don't know. I just don't love the way it feels. Unless I run the PSI down into the upper 20s, it feels a little wobbly to me, which I deal with by carving constantly when I'm on the wheel. But yeah, I'm curious. I'll have to look and see if anyone else has swapped out the tire in the V12S, because I'm not loving it, and I never have. So you may or may not have noticed that I haven't done a lot of content recently, other than shorts. I've been throwing shorts up there on a pretty regular basis, mostly to have to do with 3D printing. Okay. All right, did that work? Could you hear the sound clearly? I'm curious. Guess we can stop that, remove that. Okay. And just let me know if you could actually hear that correctly. Like I said, it's been a while. So my first and last Cayman Jack of the night, those of you that are Cayman Jack fans, they have introduced some additional flavors. These are like supposed to be spicy flavors. This one's called a Tangy Tropical. They have like a peach flavor. They have a spicy lime flavor. It's good. They have a little bit of a kick to them, very mild, but it's different. But they're good. I like them. Yeah, it's good. Big fan of Cayman Jack. All right. Blue Collar Jose. So the group buy started this February. They said, it started this February. Okay, I'm confused. They said if they sold 300 Blitz Pros, the cost per Blitz would be $1,600. Oh, so you were waiting until they got 300. They hit that goal last week. It'll take approximately 2 months for delivery. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. So they got 300 people willing to do that. Really? Okay. Interesting. Well, I hope it works out for you, and I hope the wheel works okay. So Dan is apparently a VIP or something as a sponsor of the Oak City Shred Fest. Okay, congrats, dude. So Dan's not competing or anything, just going to hang out and ride in a new place with new people. Oh, good. I'm sure you'll have a good time. He said that their live stream last year, the audio kept cutting out and they had a hard time switching back from one camera to another. Oh, okay. Well, they should have been using StreamYard, goddammit. StreamYard works pretty well. Okay, so you could hear that audio, the audio for that video just fine? Okay, good. Like in the past, I would have to do this song and dance where I would have to mute myself, and that's because if I had my system sound up, you would hear an echo. So I just killed my speaker on my PC, and that eliminates that problem. So it appears to be working well now. Mr. Rexy spice beer. It's not beer. This is actually like this is a margarita drink. It's margarita. And on its own, it's good, but these flavors are a nice little change of pace. Like 5.9% alcohol. So it's not like it's really strong or anything. Jose hopes the wheel works too. Yeah. Well, I mean, you heard all those people that bought the race, right, and had all the problems. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, okay. I need to give Elsa her heart guard medicine tonight. Okay. Scamster's on here. Scamster is a fellow 3D printer hobbyist like I am. I have been posting the content regarding my 3D printers out there, specifically my Snapmaker U1. which utilizes a different method of addressing multicolor prints, a method that is far more efficient than what I have with my Bamboo Lab printers. It's been amazing doing some of the comparisons on multicolor prints with the Snapmaker versus my Bamboo Lab printers. I did a short video the other day where I printed the same model on both printers, and the Snapmaker did it in 3 hours and 24 minutes, and my expensive $2,200 Bamboo Lab H2S did it in uh, 14 hours or 18 hours. Let's just say 14 hours. It's just crazy how much more efficient the U1 is at multicolor prints. And the way it does it is it has 4 individual print heads instead of 1, which allows you to have 4 types of filament loaded that it just swaps between very quickly. Whereas with a Bamboo Lab setup, when you have multiple color filaments, each time you have to change a color, you have to purge the old color and go through this big, long song and dance until it's ready to print the next color, which just adds up. When you're doing a multicolor model, the time that is spent doing that is just crazy. Bamboo Lab does have they call this style printer a tool changer. The U1 is a tool changer. Bamboo Lab has a tool changer printer now, the H2C. Good printer. It's a good printer. It's a big format like my H2S, which you can't see in the camera right now, but it's also 3 times the price. So it's way more expensive. So I mean, as far as the best deal in multicolor printing out there right now, I would say the Snapmaker U1 by a large margin. Blue Collar Jose, yeah, I saw the Zen Lee video where he talked about having to do a chargeback on his credit card for his Bagode race money. Yes. Yeah, Zen kind of sensationalizes a lot of his content. He posted a short as well about him being attacked today. I guess the way he phrased it, he was attacked while he was riding some area where people were unhappy with him sharing that path with them. He rode past them multiple times, and then the final time, the guy grabbed him and then started throwing rocks at him, I believe he said. And it sounded like it kept escalating, and it got to the point where Zen just left, I guess, because he was concerned that the guy was like looking to get like a gun out of his car or something. So yeah, that's not good, right? Because I've had experiences with people like that just lose their shit because you're on a electric balancing device, the same path as someone walking. But I've never had it get overly heated. Usually I'll just kind of laugh it off or make some sort of smart ass remark and just continue on my way. Because it's been my experience over my life that probably 99 times out of 100, investing any sort of energy into a situation like that is pointless. The outcome is not going to be good for you or for the other person, more than likely. So I normally will just not invest any energy into that kind of situation. Jose asked me, would I recommend the U1 over the H2S? I mean, unless you have a specific need for printing very large format things, yeah, I would. It's a much better value. The print quality has been fantastic, and the amount of waste that is created by the H2S on a multicolor print compared to the U1, I mean, I swear to God, it's like 50 to 1. It's crazy. I've been doing prints on the U1, and I'm like amazed that I haven't run out of filament because I'm so used to so much filament being wasted with the way that a Bamboo Lab printer has to handle color changes. that I would burn through filament way faster. My filament lasts much longer on the U1. I mean, that being said, like I've had some people that are Bamboo Lab fanboys kind of criticize me for saying the U1 is a better value than the Bamboo Lab printers, but I don't know how you could say that it's not. It doesn't mean I don't like Bamboo Lab printers. I love them. I have 3 of them. I think that they're overall they're probably better fit and finish, probably higher quality parts all around. But the U1 has been working great. I have over 100 hours of printing on the U1, working great. I've had one situation where the print head didn't dock back correctly. So it's like a little magnetic thing where the print head docks to the carriage. And one time it did not dock correctly, but other than that, I've had no issues whatsoever. I've had no prints come off the print bed. It's been great. Now, that being said, if you are the type of person that needs to print high temperature filaments, ASA, carbon fiber, you're not going to be able to do that on the Snapmaker very easily because it's an open build area. You know, a lot of those filaments need a heated build area. The H2S and the P2S are both closed build areas, so it's easier to print those type of filaments on those printers. So if that's a need that you have, then yeah, the Bamboo Lab printers will probably be better for you. And plus, the way that the filament is mounted on the U1 on the outside, as opposed to the sealed AMSs that the Bamboo Lab printers work for multicolor, the AMSs are some of them have a drying function where it can dry out the filament. Some filament, if it gets overly wet, it'll print like shit. You don't really have a good way to keep that filament dry with a U1 configuration. That being said, I have seen people print out mods that allow you to put the filament underneath the printer. Like it's very involved, and I don't have any need for it. But there are ways to make a U1 more friendly to print higher temperature things. So, Jose, the short answer to that question is yes. Depending on needs. For my needs, yes, absolutely. I think the U1 is $849 right now. And I believe they're shipping, they're getting a big shipment in the middle of March. That was the biggest bummer for me. I ordered mine in September and I didn't get it until beginning of February maybe, because I ordered through the Kickstarter, which that's one thing I didn't like, the Kickstarter deal, because it just takes so long to get anything. But now you can just go on snapmaker.com and order one, and I believe they have a large shipment that are going to be going out in the middle of March. Jose, yeah, multicolor stuff takes dramatically less time on the U1. The only caveat to that is, like, say you were doing a 2-color print on the Bamboo Lab H2D, it has 2 nozzles. So on the H2D, you would probably have a similar amount of time to print a 2-color print. But like a 3-4 color print, the U1 will smash the Bamboo Lab printers in time taken and waste created to make those prints. Not even close. Oh, and the only other slight negative with the U1 is that when it prints, it's louder than the Bamboo Lab printers. Part of that is because it, again, is an open top. It's not enclosed. But in general, I think the stepper motors are a little louder on the U1 than the Bamboo Lab printers. So Dan's testing something. I'm not sure what you're testing, Dan. Jose's not a fan of pre-orders either. I'm way too impatient. Yeah, it annoys me. It annoys me too, definitely. But you do deal with that with both 3D printers and electric unicycles, unfortunately. Oh wow, PJ's here. PJ Wares, what's up? What's up, PJ? Long time no type. I'm just hanging here on a Tuesday night. Hadn't streamed in over a month and a half, so I thought I should do it. That being said, when I go back and think about if there's any like impactful wheel announcements over that time period in the last month and a half, not really. At least if there is, I either missed it or I'm not aware of it. Other than Begode, selling their X Max, which I guess they're hoping is going to have similar performance numbers to the P6. Speaking of the P6, yeah, I mean, there's been I don't think I've talked about this on stream. Selling the P6 has kicked off a rash of people riding at ridiculous speeds in ridiculous situations, in my opinion, on those wheels, because of the capability to go 60, 70, even 80 miles an hour on that wheel. People riding in on highways with traffic. There's this one rider. I don't know what his real name is. He goes by Nighthawk. He's publishing almost daily videos of him riding in traffic. The other day, he was riding on a 3-lane highway, passing cars, splitting lanes, going 60 to 70 miles an hour on the P6. And like I said, he's just one of many. These people are always posting, "Hey, I just got my new top speed in the P6, 70 some miles an hour." And it just seems to me like it's a race to nowhere, man. It's a race to nowhere. Great. You posted a picture to social media that you hit 70 something miles an hour on your wheel. And is the next picture going to be your obituary when you were going that fast and someone stopped in front of you abruptly, or you came off for some reason and you hit an inanimate object? Is that going to be the next thing that we see in social media? I just don't understand the mentality there. Why it's that important to people to go that fast on a wheel? That being said, of course, it's their right to do that. Hey, do whatever you want. The unfortunate thing is going to be if they do that and something goes wrong, and they wind up hurting someone else. Like, imagine this guy's going down the highway, splitting lanes. Guy in the car is surprised or startled. He does something and he reacts that takes this guy out or causes an accident that injures multiple people. That's just and if it gets footing in the media, it's just going to be terrible. And I was critical of InMotion and the InMotion Global account. I don't know who runs it, but they've been glorifying some of his stuff, the stuff that Nighthawk's been putting up out there, riding the highway. He took the P6 up over a bridge, not over the bridge, over the support, the arch support of the bridge. Something clearly illegal, something clearly you should not do, clearly something you should not promote. But the InMotion Global account shared it to social media. So I don't really understand. I don't know who's pulling those strings, who's making those calls of what to and to not promote on social media. But I think whoever's doing those decisions for InMotion Global should really think about that twice, because it's crazy. It's crazy shit. And I'm happy to hear other people's opinions on it. I've talked many times. I used to really rail on that stuff, and it's true. I mean, it really is. It's a monkey see, monkey do world. People see certain people see this. So and so went 65. Well, I need to go 65. Maybe I need to go 75. It's like I said, it's a race to nowhere, man. It's a race to nowhere. But everyone makes their own decisions. But if someone that decides that that's important to them, and then they have a really negative outcome as a result, that's on them. I'm going to have a hard time being very empathetic. Something what happened. So Dan was his tests were testing to see if his name came up as Dan Kobar from your other phone. Jose's out of here. Have a great night. Yeah, I'll be out here soon enough as well, Jose. Any IT jobs available down there? I'm sure there are. I mean, not where I work, but Southwest Florida is a very growing area. PJ, why are you getting sick of cold weather or something? What do you do, PJ? I don't remember. If you told me, I don't remember exactly. Jose's going to bed. Yeah, it sounded good to me. I already took my shower, so I can just, once I'm done streaming, I can just roll right into bed. Sounds good to me. Sterling says, been several DOA P6s the past couple of weeks too, and Motion's QC is just like with all their other wheels. Yeah, I have seen that. I think as recently as yesterday, somebody posted that their P6 was dead, and I guess they interacted with Albert or something. Yeah, definitely, they're having problems. Battery problems too, right? Dan says these high-speed videos can get us classified as motorcycles. Yeah, well, there are, and I've talked about this on videos. There are states that are already going that way. Virginia had legislation in there to basically do that. New Jersey has already enacted something, even though there's a 1-year grace period, I guess. Basically saying that above a certain threshold, these vehicles have to have registration and insurance, even though you technically cannot register or insure an electric unicycle. So it's going to be like a catch-22. There's similar stuff being introduced down here in Florida as well. And videos like that, they get played in front of the right eyeballs, people in that are responsible for making laws and ordinances. They see that and they're like, "Oh yes, look at that. That's a problem, right?" That's like, look at, they show a bunch of Suronster videos. Suronster, taking his Suron up over the highway on the bridge, holding wheelies. Him and 500 other people. Some of these rideouts that they have are crazy. Yeah, it's a bad optic, and it's going to, these people. I think they think it's a common human trait where until it happens to you, you think it's not going to happen, right? Until there's a severe lockdown and enforcement on PEV regulations, it doesn't mean anything. So once that happens, once people start getting fines, once people start getting their PEVs confiscated, there's going to probably be a lot of unhappy people, including myself. I've already seen people on e-bikes down here pulled over by law enforcement. And I mentioned in my recent video that I wouldn't be surprised, even though I've been riding for going on 9 years, I've never had really an interaction with local deputies at all. I will not be surprised if I get pulled over at some point. Mr. Rexy's, I'm guilty of riding my P6 fast, but I pick my battles. Well, it's again, it's your call. It's your call. Now, if you're doing it in a reckless way, when you're lane splitting on a highway, that's in my opinion, that's really stupid on many levels. But I've learned my words do not change people's behavior. So all I can do is express my opinion, and everyone else just they got to do what they got to do, and then they got to pay the consequences if there are some to pay. PJ says something no one has ever talked about: insurance for EUC riders. Is it even available? No. Well, I shouldn't say that. Well, specifically EUC, like you can't insure your EUC that I'm aware of. Now, like you could have a liability policy, like for instance, I carry a liability insurance, like a blanket liability insurance, which I actually had to pick up when I installed the solar system at my old house, that was a requirement to connect to the grid. Is I had to carry $1 million in liability insurance, and I've continued to carry that even though I don't live there anymore. I don't have a solar system anymore. Just as it's not that expensive. I think it's like, I don't know, $300 a year. But I always thought, it's a just in case kind of thing. So, I mean, I had that kind of insurance. So, like, if I did something that would cause harm or damages to somebody else that I was liable for, I believe the insurance would cover that. But as far as like calling up an insurance company and saying, "Hey, I wanna insure my electric unicycle," I don't think that's possible, at least in the United States. So when they're passing laws, they're saying it's a requirement. Um, how's that going to work, right? I don't know. Dan says in your state they're talking about PEV legislation. They're talking about it in all kinds of states, all kind. It's and unfortunately it's again, this is going to be a Me Too thing. States copy other states when it comes to this kind of stuff. You know, they don't need to even design the template. They'll just look at what other states are doing and they'll basically copy it with maybe a few modifications. So unfortunately, I think it's coming. It's gonna get to the point where you are taking a risk riding your EUC at 40 miles an hour on public roadways. You're gonna be risking fines. You're gonna be risking potential losing your wheel. PJ says, when I crashed on my V10F, I told the emergency room I crashed on a bike because I didn't know if I said EUC that it would disqualify my insurance coverage. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I I, I can't say that I would have even thought about that distinction if I was in an emergency room after crashing on an EUC. But yeah, I don't know, PJ, if it would. Dan says somebody in my area with a P6 had the charger crap out on them on a ride. Something about the circuit board. Oh yeah, yeah. Albert did a video on this actually of how to fix it. To be quite honest, it's sort of lame. But the fix is basically taking off the case, putting like a piece of foam on the one edge to keep tension on some component in the charger, and that fixes it. Yeah, yeah, that was something I saw a couple months ago, and I don't know if that's something if they fixed it in the chargers or they're just rolling the dice and if someone has a problem, they recommend that they do that operation. Yeah, that is kind of lame. And I think that I don't remember if that was on the stock charger or the fast charger that they were selling with the early P6s. I mean, Emotion is way better than they used to be, but they are still weird situations like that. They are definitely not immune to problems for sure. PJ says EUC future. Look at the history of drones. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Drones were everyone had a drone. The hobby went crazy, and again, people did stupid things with drones. Got a lot of attention, negative attention, and they got heavily regulated. And now the government's even trying to lock DJI out of selling drones in the United States. And I think I read something like DJI is filing a lawsuit to try to fight that. But yeah, drones have been really gimped and heavily policed since all kinds of negative things happen. And funny enough is I was kind of part of experiencing that with my situation that I had out in Yellowstone, where I got a nearly $1,000 fine for flying a drone out in Yellowstone, not knowing it was prohibited at the time that I flew it. And if you're not familiar with that story, just search my channel for Yellowstone, and you'll hear all about it. But it's funny, like when that happened to me, that really turned me off the drones. Like I have 2 drones here. I haven't flown them in over a year. Just not worth the hassle. And where I live here, I'm closest to an airport, so I'm kind of limited on where I can even fly. PJ's first crash, they filed it as a motor vehicle crash and told me that my medical wouldn't cover it, and I had to contact my car insurance. Really? Your first crash in the V10F? So what happened in that situation? Yeah, you probably just didn't get any coverage at all then, right? Oof. That's not fun. I don't know. I mean, in general, I just kind of feel like the writing's on the wall, and I think sooner rather than later, it's gonna become increasingly problematic to ride wheels wherever you want, whenever you want. I think there's going to be like this constant threat of getting in trouble for doing it, which is unfortunate. Because in other countries they have already been limited for years greatly, and you would think that some people would have a more open mind to the advantages of having um, micro mobility, as they call it, because there are lots of advantages. You're getting all these cars off the road, and saving fossil fuels, and just it's convenient. It's less expensive. But the it always comes down to a few people doing stupid things. A few people doing stupid things that get a lot of attention, that just kind of ruin it for everybody. It's happened in lots of situations, and unfortunately, I think it's going to happen with our hobby as well. That's my feeling. Things like this don't normally get better; they normally only get worse. Has been my experience. PJ says that's when I told them I crashed on a bike. Oh, I see. It seems that EC influencers should have a forum to discuss like things like this before it's too late. What do you mean? Discuss promoting high speed, potentially dangerous riding? That'll never happen, unfortunately. Well, there's EC influence, and nowadays, I mean, everybody and their cousin is carrying a 360 camera or a GoPro. They're videoing their rides. They're trying to get eyeballs. They're trying to get clicks and likes and adulation on social media, and that's a wave that I don't know how you can't stop it. You just can't. It's just that it's what our society has become. It's all about getting people to look at what you're doing. Look at me. It's a very much a look at me world. Look what I can do. Look at me being dangerous. Look at me taking risks. Because TikTok, Instagram. That's what people consume. That's what they like. That's how we've become conditioned. And I don't know how you put the genie back in the bottle. To be quite honest with you, I don't know if that you can. PJ says discuss insurance coverage for yourself and for other you might hurt. Well, typically, PJ, people that ride that way, um, generally, I mean, you can't stereotype and say everybody, but generally, people that ride that way are very self self-focused, self-centered, and they're not really thinking about that. They're not really thinking about how it could potentially impact others. They just think about, hey, this looks like fun. I want to have fun. I'm going to go have my fun, and they'll keep having fun until something very unfun happens, and then they might think about it. But prior to that, I think a lot of these people just don't give a damn, really, and that's their prerogative. like I said, if something happens as a result, then it's also their responsibility to deal with the consequences. It's a very, very simple thing. All right, I'm almost done. I'm going to take a couple swigs and I think I'm out of here. Let's see what else. We don't need to look at the Bagode site anymore. Let's see. No Marty. Yeah, some of the regulars. No Marty drop-ins. No Simon. No Dale. Yeah, a lot of our regulars. No Tommy. No EUC vibes. Like EUC vibes has basically left us. EUC vibes has become Tojo. He's trying to like establish his channel as, I don't know what it is. I don't even know how to describe what Tommy's doing now. The Tommy Jordan show, where he deals with the Dabbleverse and other related things. I find it extremely confusing trying to follow what exactly he's doing. But he's kind of dropped out of the EUC scene and focusing on that, hoping to catch on, I guess. But I mean, it's the way of the world, right? You know, people come and go. People come and go, and that's okay. That's just the way life is. Interests come and go, hobbies come and go, people come and go. PJ says, but you could damage anything. You yourself could be riding your V12, you fall, it rolls off and hits a kid. Dad screams, I'm suing you. Yeah, no shit. I know. And these are the kind of things that I used to carry on about at length, PJ, trying to make my point how this is really dumb that these people do these things. But I came to realize that it just, I mean, you might as well be screaming underwater, because no matter what I say, it's not going to, people that have made the decision that they're okay with that, it doesn't matter what myself or anybody else says, they're going to do what they want to do. You know, you could make that point to them until their ears bled, and more than likely they're still not going to change their behavior or what they're doing. Yeah, there's all kinds of risk. I mean, whenever you're riding a wheel around other people or vehicles, there's always a risk, always. And I'm as guilty as anyone of just most of the time not dwelling on it. Because if you dwell on the risk all the time, you would probably never ride. Oh, Marty's here. Hi, Marty. I won't be here that long, Marty, because it's a work night. But thanks for stopping in. No, I didn't. Did I mention that you weren't here? I was mentioning how a lot of the people that regularly drop into the streams were not here, and you're one of those. So hey, what's up? Marty, did you know that I'm trying to change the tire of my V12S? And that I thought I could buy a Michelin Pilot Street 2 tire that fits a V12S. And then I discovered that you cannot. So I wound up buying a tire that doesn't fit. So I wound up ordering another tire from E-Wheels that will fit, but it's not a Michelin Pilot Street 2. They don't make it in that size. PJ says Dawn seems to be doing good, so it seems. Yeah. I saw that she actually like posted a picture of her boyfriend Jose. So I mean, when you become Facebook official, I mean that's like a step above being engaged, right? Facebook official. Yeah, she posted a picture of him. So yeah, I think she's doing good. I haven't talked to her in quite a long time, but good for her. Hopefully things are going well and they continue to go well. And then we have Marty with his amazing addition to his house. I don't know if it's 100% done yet, Marty. I know you've been showing pictures of Loopy's studio, and that looks beautiful. But I don't know if the addition to the main house is done or not. Last time I saw pictures of the inside of the addition to the main house, it looked like it was pretty darn close to being done. But you would be the one to let's see. Let me see. Have you posted any pictures of updated pictures I haven't seen? I don't think so. When I see a picture of your renovations, I haven't been keeping up on your videos either, Marty. You have a video called "The Untraveled Path." What is that? Take the untraveled path. What is that? That sounds deep, Marty. I don't know. That sounds pretty deep for you. I guess I'll have to watch that sometime. Yeah, there's Loopy Studio. There's Marty getting groceries on his Begode Falcon. Or his Falcon Pro, sorry. Yeah, no, I don't see any updated pictures of the renovation that I hadn't seen. Or I should call it an addition, not a renovation. It's an addition. All right, I'm just hanging in here to see if Marty gives me an update. If he doesn't, then I'm gonna probably give him the update that hey till next time Duff here or until next time Duff out. That's gonna be my update. Yeah, if you guys anyone that's in there right now, if you have not taken a second to like the live stream, do me a favor and do so. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button. That will help promote the live stream for people to watch on rerun. That's always helpful. Oh, you know what? I think. No, that must be the case. Okay, I used to have. I think on. I thought I had the stream set to subscriber only mode, where you had to be a subscriber to comment, but I can't be the case because we had people commenting earlier that were clearly not subscribers. So, yeah, does that matter? Is that relevant to what I was talking about? No, it just entered my head for some reason. Okay. All right. So, okay, Marty's responded here. Okay. He saw a thumbnail about something being a pain in the ass to change. Good to know it wasn't an issue with the B12S. Yeah. Yeah, it is a pain in the ass to change the tire on the B12S. Marty, I can confirm that. And I'm not done yet. Yeah, we just talked about that, Marty, before you got here. That video of Nighthawk riding on the P6 in Southern California, splitting lanes, splitting cars, going 60 to 70 miles an hour. Yeah, I saw it. Talked about it. I think it's stupid. I think it's asinine. I think it's bad that the Motion Global social media account promotes a lot of his stuff that he's doing on the P6. That's questionable. It's a questionable decision on their part, if you ask me. It's funny that he actually lives in Riverside, which is where Dawn lives. So I don't know the guy. He's clearly looking for clicks and likes and adulation for what he's doing. Did you see him ride over the bridge, but not on the road surface, but over the support, the arch support? Did you see him do that on the P6, Marty? I'm sure you did. Yeah, I think that kind of behavior just draws the kind of attention to riding wheels that is not going to be helpful going forward. That's my feeling. Marty says remodeling is 90% done. Hey, Marty, is your bathroom done yet? I know you had some issues with that remodeling of the bathroom. Is it 100% done? Your bathroom, at least, your master bath. I know you had to kind of do some stuff to take care of that. Oh, wow. Marty's on the phone too. Nice. Untraveled Path is a lame title for a short. All right. Well, then. Okay. If it's a short, Marty, that means that it's short enough that I can watch it here. Although. All right. Where is it? Let's see if I can do this. I'll give you some free PR, Marty. Where is it? Did I lose it? I just had the. All right, hold on. I thought I just saw it on your Facebook feed, but now I don't see it. So I'm going to go to the electric unicycles. Oh, God, darn it. Electric. Go to your YouTube channel. Let's go to your shorts. The untraveled path. Okay, so if I, let's see. I'm going to add to the
seen a whole lot about me, and I'll kind of fill you in. Let's catch up. I'll tell you what's been going on.
Well, I won't be able to hear
at this point, I've just gotten back on the wheel after a long hiatus, but at this point, I think I can say pretty definitively that I'm not a big fan of the stock tire and V12S. That being said, I'm not sure that I've seen anyone swap it out for anything else, but I don't know. I just don't love the way it feels unless I run the PSI down in that. Oh man, talking about the homeless? What the heck? Drug addicts. All right. I mean, Marty, I have to be honest. I mean, that almost invoked an emotional response in me. But your method or your message is true. That's something that I remember addressing multiple times when I first got into the hobby. Is how riding electric unicycles led me to do things and explore areas and have experiences that I just would not have with other modes of transportation. So no, that is true. Um,
I think it's much more fun to do that kind of stuff than to ride 70 miles an hour down the highway, personally. That's just me. No sound on that? What? That should have had sound. God damn it. Okay, well, whatever. Sorry. So you don't know who that guy is? You need to ask your local group whether they know this guy. Talking about the bathroom Rogers hack job. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know how to respond to that, Marty, but yeah. So what? It's not finished? Because I thought you had to kind of address some of the issues with that. I guess you have not yet. Yeah, I could tell it's a short in your Facebook feed. I could tell, but I lost it. I don't know. Simon's here. Good day, buddy. Unfortunately, I'm going to be probably checking out pretty soon, Simon. The sound is dropping out. All right. It might be a StreamYard issue, I guess. Marty says, it's really not worth watching. I'm aiming to release more short vlog style videos, see if they get any traction for me. You're trying to get traction for what? What is the goal that you're trying to get traction towards, Marty? I'm just curious. YouTube riches. Is that what you're trying to get traction to? Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, Marty, the homeless hunter. Yeah, Marty, they're drug addicts and but which is probably true, though. I'm sure there are a lot of drug addict homeless. But we do have homeless here too, Marty. Actually, right next door to where our office is, there's a place that provides like beds to homeless people overnight and stuff, and food and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we have a number of homeless that are around the government center in general. New series, Marty the homeless hunter. Yeah, there you go. A couple of videos ago, my short got almost 2 million views. Amazing how much money a less than 30-second video can make. Gain 500 plus subscribers. What short was that? That got 200 views or 2 million views? What? Let me look at this. You got 1.7 million views because the guy dropped your newly painted Lynx S. How? What is compelling about that? I don't understand. 500 subscribers added by that? Really? Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess YouTube must have grabbed onto that, but I don't really understand because like usually shorts that get a lot of traction, they have like a thumbnail that really pulls you in, or a title that will get clicks. But I don't really understand why that got 1.7 million views. But good for you, Marty. That's great. No audio, huh? PJ Roger is doing Marty's bathroom. Interesting to see if the friendship lasts. Well, we'll let Marty talk about that. Roger isn't doing Marty's bathroom anymore. I'll just say that. But yeah, I agree, PJ. Like generally speaking, it's always iffy. It's iffy to have friends, pay friends to do things, and it's iffy to loan friends money as well. That's also a very dangerous thing that I've found from my experiences, and now Marty has some experiences with that as well, I think. Dan says if Marty wants traction, he needs to release a video short of him going 70 miles an hour down the interstate. Yeah, there you go, Marty. That's one way to do it. And make sure that you're splitting traffic, or you can go 70 miles an hour down the highway seated, and then as you're doing that, you just dangle your feet on the front of the wheel. That's a cool move too. You just let your feet hang out in the front of the wheel while you're seated, going 70 miles an hour. You should do that. Bathroom took a back seat until main house is done. Okay, well, that makes sense, I guess. So Marty's goal is YouTube fame. He wants to be famous on YouTube. All right. That's good to have goals, Marty. It's good to have goals. Simon says people love other people's misfortune. That's true. That's why, like, if you include like crashing in titles and stuff, something that indicates some sort of accident happened, that's always good. The comments are wild, mostly by non-EUC riders. Really? See, I don't. But what about that is so crazy? I mean, 484 comments. Okay, he didn't. I mean, because I saw this video, and it wasn't much of anything. I'm just reviewing the comments. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, I don't really understand why that's a big hitter, but yeah, good. That's great. But usually with shorts, I thought you didn't really make much money with shorts because they're so short. But if you made a couple $100, good job. PJ, always good to add cats to your videos. Yeah, cats or dogs, actually. Those are very popular. The leg dangling guy is a different guy. Yeah, it is. I think the leg dangling guy is up in the Bay Area. I believe he's associated with alien rides, I think. Yeah, that isn't Nighthawk. Nighthawk hasn't learned that trick yet. PJ says, people were just amazed that you didn't go ballistic after you dropped your newly painted wheel. Everyone was so proud of you. Well, I mean, if you look at the way the wheel is, I mean, he has the pads there in the side. So, I mean, I guess he could have scratched it minorly, but I mean, Marty's always said that his wheels are made to be ridden. They're not made to be in a museum. So I'm not surprised that Marty wouldn't go crazy about that. PG says, isn't Marty supposed to be the grumpy old man? Nice. I don't think Marty's grumpy by nature. Marty says, why did Roger get 100 million views of Dawn crashing at night when you can barely see anything? It's a mystery. Well, probably the title, the title of the video. Yeah, probably. But I mean, a lot of the things that Roger does is a mystery. So, whoops. Yeah, I do remember you told me that Roger made greater than 10K on the 10-second video. Oh, good for him. I'm sure the money was well spent. Well spent. Yeah, I've never had a short that paid. I mean, but I think the biggest short I've ever had was maybe, I don't know, maybe 50,000 views or something like that. I've never had a short that, and actually I think that was before YouTube was really even monetizing shorts at all. When they first came out, they weren't really monetizing them at all. So yeah, if you got some money out of that, that's great, Marty. Happy for you. Happy for you. Okay, hold on a second. All right. So, anyways, I've exhausted my mental list of things. PJ says you need to come to Detroit, and I think also needs to go to the bathroom soon. You guys need to come to the Detroit area and organize a ride here. Wow, I can't say that visiting Detroit has ever entered my mind, ever. Not to say anything bad about Detroit, but I'm just saying honestly, I've never considered the thought has never come to my mind. Like, hey, I'd like to visit Detroit someday. That has not. But much like Pennsylvania, you know, I've never had the thought that like, oh, man, I wish I could have moved back to Pennsylvania. And that thought has never entered my head either. So, okay, guys, I think I'm going to check out of here. It's almost 10 o'clock. Need to do a few things before I go to bed. And I got to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning to get to work. So I'll try not to make it a month and a half in between live streams going forward. It's just kind of the way things have worked out this time. But I appreciate everyone stopping in, and Marty, Simon, everyone. Everyone that's wait a second. Yeah, everyone that stopped in. I appreciate you, and look for some more videos coming out soon, especially that epic V12S tire change video that's going to hopefully have a happy ending. I'm not quite sure, but hopefully it's happy. So that's all I have for now. Till next time, Duffman out.